an entire Nintendo GameCube up your ass.
I have that on recording now.
Good. And not only that, but I don't think anyone can do that.
You're not a real gamer unless you can fit an entire dual disc up your ass.
I thought that would be tired dual disc.
Is this really how we're starting the episode?
Yes.
Because I'm
Yes.
leaving that in.
Now, can you imagine if it was the Chaos Dual Disc?
Oh no!
Oh yeah, that one's very spiky in the way that it functions. Now, what if you put a regular dual disc up your ass while it's in dual mode and then switch to standby mode?
Oh no!
Welcome
these
to
sound
Pharaohs, everybody!
These
Yeah,
sound like
this
very,
is-
very awkward and convoluted torture methods.
This is why Manga Kaiba decided to make the dual disc even more compact in the movie. We haven't gotten there yet, though.
Oh
Because
god, no!
He was
Wait.
specifically designing the dual disc for perverts at that point. Anyway, we're not there yet.
Anyway, yeah, no, we're nowhere near that.
The latest dual disc model is just straight up a suppository.
Yep, we're not there yet. Right now, we're dealing with circles and pentagrams.
Yes, we are dealing with the latter half of Season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Duel Monsters. The Sneal of Orichalcos and all
Yep.
that shit.
Yep, and where we last left off, Yugi had met an old man in the desert, and he died giving him a trading card.
Oh yeah, that's where we were. God, it's only been like 2 weeks, less than that, since I've seen these episodes, and I already forgot most of what happened.
I managed...
Lapsed in having finished the entire series.
Look, not everyone can have a good memory, Liam.
Well, I finished the entire series twice, and you don't hear me laughing about
I have
it.
seen the entire season. I have seen the entire series, bar the movie, 3 times.
See,
Oh, dear.
Jonesy beats us all.
Yeah. I can recite everything in this movie everything in this show that happened off the back of my hand.
Do it, you won't.
Yeah, no, let's not do some dumb challenge and instead continue with this dumb story.
I said that while I was looking up an episode guide to remember what happened in this season. Just because I've seen every episode of this show 3 times doesn't mean I'm good at seeing the show.
Okay,
But
so...
you just said you could recite the entire thing.
Speaking of dumb challenges, Duke and Rebecca decide to fight Mai and Valen for some reason.
No, just Valen. I was aware. I remember that Rebecca dueled in this season. I was misremembering that she and Duke dueled Mai. I was surprised and scared to realize, wait, no, she duels Mr. Punch Boy.
Oh right, yeah, Mai doesn't get involved because Valen says, no, watch me be cool.
The 8-year-old duels Mr. Punch Boy. Oh no.
The 8-year-old US champion, by the way.
I don't care about the fact that she's good at card games. I care about the fact that every monster in this guy's deck that can attack, literally, he punches people.
Welcome to the archetype that doesn't exist because Konami doesn't want children beating each other up.
I swear to God, I can't for the life of me remember if I came up with that explanation or if I read it somewhere. It sounds like something Konami would do, because they're ridiculous.
I
knew that Rebecca and Duke dueled in this season, the same person, but I did not realize they dueled Valen, and I was very scared to see how they would handle this, and oddly enough, I think they actually got through with it. They actually managed to not have Valen punching a child.
I would have loved it if you punched the shit anyway.
I'm fairly certain that they made this entire filler season for 4Kids' benefit more than the Japanese. Because 4Kids, apparently this show is more popular in America than it is in Japan, because 4Kids commission like a lot of extra content. I'm fairly certain they did not commission the Orichalcos Or maybe they did.
No. As far as I can tell, the Orichalcos stuff it was meant to be for the Japanese audience originally, so...
Yeah, no, this was just filler because they needed filler.
Oddly, so the Seal of Orichalcos, when it was finally released as a real card, was an American exclusive for about a year.
Huh.
Yeah.
The first of such formally anime exclusive cards to be American exclusive for any length of time.
Don't forget about the extra version of Seal of Orichalcos that was just a teaser for the Seal of Orichalcos.
Yep. Oh,
it's literally just a card called the Seal of Orichalcos, and the card description is just... It's like a fucking movie trailer transcribed to describe the power of the Seal of Orichalcos.
There are many teaser cards like that, but the Seal of Orichalcos is the one people realize about because people were really hyped for this card coming out. And before Konami fired Upper Deck, they designed their own version of the Seal of Orichalcos.
That reminds me of something like Swart and I were in a discussion about last week when we were looking up Quest for the Mask stuff. Apparently Upper Deck and Konami got into a fucking lawsuit about who owned the distribution rights for Yu-Gi-Oh! And who could say that they distributed Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes. And then
oh dear.
Upper Deck lost.
I would hope so, because I imagine that if Upper Deck had won, that they would have to start putting the Upper Deck logo on the backing of the cards, and that would basically ruin the entire game, because every card would have to be reprinted. Every single one. Every single card.
Oh dear.
This is why I'm so invested in Konami, of all companies, not going under because of how terrible they are, because most other products you can just transfer the rights and be done with it. It's like, Ubisoft, fuck them with a rusty steel cheeseburger. I don't know, man.
You tried.
I can't insult right now, but goddammit. Just fuck Ubisoft and all the bullshit they have that's going on right now. Rayman can just be transferred to someone else. I don't give a shit.
Anyway, a long time ago, we were talking about an 8-year-old getting punched by a robot boy.
Yeah, robot boy.
So basically, they challenged Val to a duel so they could find out, what was it?
Their intentions were kind of nebulous.
Rebecca was just
Valen wanted to prove to Mai that he was worth being her simp.
Yes, I know that.
By beating up a child.
But what did Duke and Rebecca want to get out of it?
Yeah, but what did Duke and Rebecca want to get out of it?
Rebecca was really upset that little Yugi got yeeted.
Yeah.
And was dueling out of blind rage. Duke wanted to help keep her safe, basically the same reason he wanted to duel with Serenity that time, but presumably less pants related.
Okay, whatever. So anyway, they duel, and needless to say, Valen kicks both their asses with his armor cards.
And he doesn't even play the Seal of Orichalcos.
Doesn't need to play the Seal of Orichalcos. Doesn't need anything. He's like, that's not worth wasting my time on you. Wasting on you guys, and then he just beats them.
I wasn't aware that it cost them effort to do it.
It doesn't. He just doesn't want to. I don't know. He was just dabbing on them. He was just like,
maybe he only had one seal on him at the time, and he was like, I want to save this for that Joey guy.
Okay, yeah, that is true.
I think he just wanted to dab.
Apparently, every copy of the Seal of Orichalcos is one-time use because the person whose soul got taken gets imprinted on it.
Mm-hmm.
That is true, now that you mentioned it. So there you go. It wasn't worth using on them, so he didn't bother, and then
fair enough.
He beat them both, and then they get owned.
Yeah,
yep.
So I imagine it's a fairly valuable card and probably difficult to make because it probably involves a ritual of some sort.
Well, I mean, we saw it with Weevil. They have to grab the piece of the Orichalcos stone and then...
Yeah.
It's
So
it's literally just the blank cards that Pegasus made that are imprinted on by the Orichalcos.
So what I want to do is if I ever become rich is buy 60 copies of Troop Dragon to use as deck sleeves. Just put them into clear deck sleeves and use them as the deck sleeves.
That'd be
40
funny.
copies of Troop Dragon. So I
That
basically
would be funny.
Yeah, that would be funny, but it would cost $60 because even the cheapest Troop Dragon is a penny card. It's very cheap, but the shipping and handling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so like
I mean, if you're just using it for card sleeves, you may as well just print off clones of your own.
That would cost more.
Okay.
You could
Depending on
probably...
printing.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, I would probably carry a deck box with just 100 copies of Troop Dragon. I don't know if the Seal of Orichalcos is Troop Dragon. I don't think they can just carry around extras. Like dozens of extras.
Okay.
I want to be the world's #1 collector of Troop Dragon and Troop Dragon memorabilia. There is none.
Troop Dragon and Troop Dragon accessories.
There is none. There is one card there is one retrained card of Troop Dragon, and that is the only time anyone other than me has ever given a shit about Troop Dragon. Well, and Liam when he gets his ass kicked by Troop Dragon. Anyway, Valid kicks a child's ass.
Yes, and they're like, "Oh no, his armor deck is too strong. I don't know how to beat it."
Yeah.
There's a card called Acid Rain.
You could just play System Down. That would beat it.
Yeah. Duel Links. There are some characters. There are some characters in Duel Links that only play machine-based monster cards. I think you know a couple of them. Bandit Keith.
Mm-hmm.
Next season. Oh, Esperoba also apparently mostly does machine monsters, even though there's a whole psychic type now. There's a character in GX I used to refer to as Blue Yugi. Or
Cyrus.
You knew exactly who I was talking about. That's a good nickname. He only plays machine cards, and Duel Links doesn't even bother having unique farm decks for each of these characters. Just play 3 copies of Acid Rain, 3 copies of System Down. That's what those cards do. Just destroys all the machine type monsters on the field. You can have 6 copies of it. Even more if you want.
Nice.
There's a lot. There's a lot you can do. Duke is like a novice. Like, I was actually surprised that he just had a dual disc and his deck with him, because it didn't seem like he was the kind of guy to actually carry that shit with him before. But they're in his car, right?
I think they're in the trailer.
Okay. The point is, I think Duke, as a game designer, is starting to recognize that maybe Duel Monsters is going to start taking over the world. If it hasn't already, at this point, it literally has.
Yeah, seems that way.
The world is coming to an end because card games. So, before this point, Duke probably figured, you know what, I should probably start playing this game more regularly. Seems like it might be important.
Yeah. And so then we move on to the plane. The Kaibas are on the plane.
Oh yeah. No, we do this.
Okay,
mover.
so I remember Imelda read what's his Alistair, whatever the hell you want to call him. I remember him as being an annoying prat. And then this episode, and I was like, oh yeah, this happened. I love this.
Yeah.
The duel on a plane is the most fucked up shit. It's like, dear God. Just like, You're going to crash a plane to get revenge on one guy for something that has nothing to do with him.
I'm going to crash this plane with
Like,
no survivors.
So there's one other person on this plane, because apparently somehow they managed to take off a private jet without any crew.
Yes.
I mean, Kaiba is not too surprised when he sees it. Apparently, his I'm just going to assume he designed the autopilot. It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
A plane can just take off with no crew. Just fine.
Well, no, because at one point there was an announcement by Imelda
Illusion.
about something or other. And
Yes.
Kaiba didn't think twice about it until until another announcement was made later.
Well,
It's like,
I
hey,
mean-
bitch, guess
Okay,
who's flying
No.
the plane?
Kaiba's
don't
not
forget-
surprised that there is no crew. He is just surprised that there should be a crew here. Why isn't there a crew? It's not like he's worried that that the plane is going to crash simply because there are no crew. He's just confused because there was a crew here before. There's supposed to be a crew. I paid for a crew, damn it!
Actually, yeah, what happened to that crew? Did Imelda just kill them?
No, it's the same thing that happened on the train. There were passengers on the train, and then suddenly there weren't. For no
Okay, but
reason.
why?
Doma.
Tristan even said that they didn't seem like anyone. The train hadn't stopped. Where'd they all go? They all vanished. It's because they weren't there. They were illusions.
Oh, okay.
It just makes sense.
No, nobody ever said they were illusions.
They
In
don't
fact,
need
in the I don't know about your subs, but in the subs I watched, Imelda basically up and said,
Liam.
"We don't need spectators, so they were removed."
Liam.
What?
No, nobody said they were illusions. My subtitles are the same that Chip's using.
You
Liam-
just said something about illusions.
Yeah, because Liam, it's kind of obvious that that's what's happening here. People don't need to say things.
But what does Pot of
But
Greed
but
do?
my point is, Imelda said something
Liam-
to the contrary.
Yes, he said there were illusionary passengers. I didn't want to have spectators, so I unillusioned them.
He never said anything about illusion.
He doesn't need to say anything about illusions. Liam, you're the reason that they spell out what Pot of Greed does every
It's
episode.
fucking Doma! I'm willing to believe that these people were just, like, pulled out of the train by, like, helicopters or some shit.
Tristan would have seen the helicopters. He's not that stupid.
They could have been invisible helicopters.
Oh my god. Anyway.
Anyway, so
the
like
master of the
Imelda
sky.
is like sitting at the other end of a business meeting table, whatever those are called. And he's like, "Hey, we're gonna have a card game," and Kaiba's like, "Oh, okay," and
Okay, I'm
he
gonna
pushes
pull a dual
the
ship on
emergency
this
card
room.
game button on the wall.
Yes. I
It's
forgot about
fucking
that.
dual-
The dual blimp all over again.
Yeah, so apparently Kaiba has a button installed on presumably every boardroom that has anything to do with Kaiba Corp just has a button on the wall that you can push that retracts all of the furniture so that you have room to do dual discs.
But
This is
furthermore, it for some reason elevates them to the outside of the plane.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can
that's
explain
the
that.
Orichalcos doing
I can
that.
explain that. I
Oh.
can explain that. Okay, so obviously he plays the Seal of Orichalcos his first turn, which cuts a hole in the plane because apparently the Seal of Orichalcos is an end portal in Minecraft. The end portal in Minecraft overwrites any blocks that are in the way when it generates. And apparently
Yeah.
the Seal of Orichalcos does the same shit. So, it's like the plane is running just fine despite having a chunk of it missing. And Imelda's all like, "Well, this looks really awkward. You mind if
It
we?
sure
you
is a
mind-
good
you mind
thing
if-
we can breathe at fucking 30,000 feet.
Yeah, the Seal of Orichalcos is like a bubble, Liam.
Yeah, it's like a bubble that makes all of the stuff around it invisible and intangible.
Yeah, it's weird. And anyway, so Imelda's like, "Yeah, this looks really awkward and stupid. You mind if we move the seal up a bit?" so that we're dueling kind of in the roof of the plane,
And then they just do.
and they just do it. Apparently the Seal Orichalcos is remote controlled. I'm so confused. And so despite
Hey,
the fact
Darts, can we two to beam up?
despite the fact that Imelda specifically says he didn't care about having passengers, he just leaves enough of the room. He just leaves the Seal Orichalcos just enough below the roof of the plane so that Mokuba can still talk to his brother.
Yeah.
They could have just been dueling on the roof of a plane. Oh my god.
No, here's the best part, though. There is no more... I don't know if it's just an illusion or what, but that part of the roof visibly is not even there anymore.
Yes,
They're
Liam, we've
standing
established.
on nothing.
Yes, Liam, we've established that. The Seal Orichalcos is like a self-contained bubble thingy.
Yeah. It's solid from both sides.
It's solid. And also weird. But yeah, they could have just been dueling on the roof of a plane. But this is what Yu-Gi-Oh is. Last month we were dueling on a blimp, and then we were dueling on a blimp, and then we were dueling on a train. Now we're dueling sort of in an airplane, but on it also. It's confusing. And even more confusing is Imelda traps Kaiba in a sort of a flashback type deal.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of their duel. And then so he sends Kaiba to Russia to hang out with someone who happens to look like Mokuba.
No, wasn't it? Well, didn't we establish that it was Italy?
No, it's actually Saudi Arabia. According to... Yeah, no, it can't have been Italy because Italy wasn't invaded at all during that time period.
The conclusion we'd come with at the time was Ukraine.
Well, that was the conclusion you and I came to, but then Chip came to a better conclusion.
The color filter on everything makes it seem like this is a Russia kind of color filter.
So, yeah, I went on a big tirade. I mean, if you go back to the last episode...
Imelda definitely does not have the right skin tone for Saudi Arabia.
No. So what the conclusion that I came to is that Imelda and his brother are Italian, but they are Italian migrants to Saudi Arabia.
And just everyone else we see in this country is also Italian immigrants from...
No, they're British immigrants to Saudi Arabia.
I'm just gonna keep calling this Russia.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep calling this Russia or Ukraine. You know
Sure.
what? I'm gonna go with Ukraine. I'm gonna go with Ukraine even if it's wrong, because it's clearly... God damn. Anyway, so Kaiba sort of makes friends with not Mokuba.
Yeah, he has like a
But
brotherly bond.
He's Kaiba though, so you really can't... Like, this kid is, like, very friendly and seems to think Kaiba that is getting along with him, which technically he is, but anyone with half a mind, with half a brain, would not be able to tell that, because Kaiba does not show his emotions.
Yeah.
I would say doesn't show his emotions very well, but he's trying not to show his emotions, and that he's doing a great job, because you can't get a read on him. And anyway, then the tanks show up, and that's when the flashback stops being a flashback, because it turns out that the tanks are monster cards, and Imelda just played a bunch of Kaiba Corp tanks as monster cards. I don't know why those exist.
I still find it hilarious that, like, there's a bunch of random old Gozabaro era Kaiba Corp technology that's just been made into cards.
So there are cards that are just straight up military hardware. There's a card called I don't remember what it's called. What I do is I look up a trap card called Pole Position, and then it brings up, and then the trivia section tells me what card it is.
Let me look up Pole Position, because I cannot remember the shitty card.
It's called Overdrive in English. It's called
the tank. The tank.
It's called the Gatling Buggy, and it's just just a tank. It's just a tank, and it's a card.
Well, I mean, no, that's like a Humvee with a Gatling gun attached to it. That's not even remotely a tank.
Liam, it's an armored vehicle with a gun on it.
Yeah, but it's not a real tank. It's not like
nothing like this actually exists.
Liam?
It's not like the KC tank, which is literally just like if they were to make a a real tank into a.
Oh yeah, I'm guessing that they would just if they ever made these cards, they wouldn't even bother designing it the way they usually draw cards. They would just have the people that censor card artwork draw it from scratch themselves. It's like, we're not even going to bother with this. We're not even going to bother.
Can you imagine here's my
these are just straight up tanks. Just call up the guy who ruined Barrel Dragon and say, hey, you want to just take the reins on this?
Can you imagine? They're just like, I summoned my M4 Sherman M4. Let's.
There's an easy way to censor tank cards. You just turn them into the tank girls from Girls and Panzer.
Die.
I mean, they can.
Spidey, get in here.
As we see later, anything that's not human can be turned into human as a final transformation. So I guarantee. Please, if I ever achieve my dream and own Konami, which could never happen because I am poor and Konami.
Isn't.
You know what? I think it's realistic to assume that someone could do a hostile takeover on Konami and probably get away with it. They cannot possibly be smart.
Yeah,
it's Konami. But yeah, just have a Legend of Heart style card for the Kaiba Corp tank monsters. That would be my dream, to adapt the Kaiba Corp tank cards and then ruin them.
Anyway, so Kaiba's having some trouble with these tanks at first.
Kaiba's having some trouble with these tanks! God damn it, why don't I have Acid Rain in my deck?
But it's okay, because he draws the Fang of Critias.
Yeah, the get out of jail free card.
Yep. And of course he fuses it with Blue Eyes.
Wait, is it really the end of the duel already?
I mean, some stuff happens. There's a big sky fortress thing.
Oh, yeah. That's the... Yeah, we're skipping over the cool part. So, the rescue helicopters show... Kaiba Corp rescue helicopters show up because they're all like, so Mokuba called us on his phone that's working for some reason, and was all like, hey...
How did Mokuba get cell service?
Kaiba Corp is good. Anyway, so Roland doesn't question at all why his CEO is playing a card game. At this point,
it's fucking Yugi. It's Kaiba. Kaiba plays Yu-Gi-Oh all the fucking time.
I think he's on a plane that's crashing. So I think at this point, Roland is just in a act first, ask questions later kind of way. He's like, I don't give a shit why you're playing card games on a plane. I just want to make sure it stops being a plane.
I feel like that was probably part of his job description, is you will not ask questions if I'm randomly playing card games in desperate situations.
I love Roland so much. Like, he straight up says later in the show that his loyalties are with Kaiba, not the company.
Yeah.
Because Doma buys Kaiba Corp later after a couple episodes, and he and his other guy, I don't remember the other guy's name.
Yeah, there's the localization thing happening again. I had to think about who we were talking about for a second. It's Isuno.
Roland is the one with the mustache.
Yes, Isuno.
I call him Roland because I like that name better, and I like this guy. So I will call him the name I like better.
Gotta be honest, I couldn't remember either of them. So
he's the kind of guy that if Kaiba ordered him to respond to the name Roland instead of Isuno, he would say, "Yes, Kaiba, I will do the thing." I am a good... Yeah, because like he just straight up says, even though I'm technically not even though you're technically not my boss anymore, my loyalties is with you, not them.
Yeah, actually,
Cool.
you mentioned there that Doma managed to buy out Kaiba Corp.
Illegally.
I still don't know how they did that, because Kaiba explicitly says he and Mokuba owned 51% of the stocks.
Well, you want to know how they did that?
How do they do it?
Owning the banks.
You know what?
Stonks.
I guess so.
Stonks.
Yeah.
They
do be stonky.
Everyone shut the fuck up about card games for a second.
Oh, no. That needs to be the thumbnail for this episode.
No, it doesn't. You want to know why? Because
background.
Elon Musk took a photo for
Shut the fuck up.
Article.
Darts on the stonks background.
Liam, Elon, a bunch of idiots wrote an article about Elon Musk making more money than Jesus, and he took a photo for it, and he looks exactly like the Stonks guy. Same pose and everything.
Show me this.
Okay, Elon Musk dick sucking article. Hold on.
Okay.
200 billion.
Right. Well, while you're searching that up,
I was about to actually type that. And I realized, no, that will not bring up what I'm looking for. That's what it is, because apparently the first person. Okay, so the article is Elon Musk is first person alive to be worth $200 billion. Apparently there was a black guy, hundreds of thousands of years ago, estimated to be worth $400 billion. So fuck that. Okay, hold on. I'm saying Elon Musk. I meant Jeff Bezos. Sorry.
Oh.
They're both rich. They're both rich assholes who I would gladly eat if I was given the option.
Okay.
So anyway, yes, Mansa Musa is from the 12th century. Is from like the 13th century or something, and he had $400 billion in gold, and he would like give it out to people because he had so much fucking gold.
Yeah, that guy. Mansa Musa, that's it.
$400 billion, like so
and
much.
I had never fucking heard of this guy, but I know everything and there is to know about Jeff Bezos because he's white. So I know. So the media loves him.
He also, lives and runs a corporation that is relevant to our lives. Mansa Musa has been dead for 700 years, and he did nothing relevant to us right now.
You know who else does nothing relevant? The guy who owns Amazon. Amazon just runs itself at this point.
Yeah, but he still made it. Amazon's important to our lives.
Yeah, but Jeff Bezos isn't. Jeff Bezos could literally be vaporized at this exact moment, and Amazon would be fine.
True enough, but still.
The $200 billion that he's worth is just the amount of money that his lawyers would be authorized to pay if he was kidnapped and held hostage for ransom.
Yeah, to be fair, he probably doesn't literally have $200 billion.
It's a net worth thing. It's the total amount of assets that he holds if he sold them.
Why are we talking about Jeff Bezos right now?
Because he looks like the Stonks, because he's literally the Stonks man. Look at him, Liam! He's literally the Stonks man!
He really is.
He really is the Stonks man, and yes, and I guess Kaiba is also
what these articles should be reporting on is the liquid equity. The total amount of money that a person actually has and can spend on hookers at this exact moment.
Okay. Moving back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Though, Kaiba plays the Fang of Critias and fuses it with Blue Eyes to make Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon.
He fuses it with a trap card called Tyrant Wing, and then he fuses that with Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
It's very confusing. So what Tyrant Wing is an equip card, I think. So when he fuses it with Critias, it just becomes a monster that can be equipped to a dragon. So he fused Critias with an equip card to make it a better equip card.
Yes. It gives it shiny wings.
Okay, so here's the thing. they didn't have enough ideas for Critias because Kaiba doesn't actually use as many trap cards as you would think.
Mm-hmm.
One of Critias, I think, has the second fewest. Like, he's the middle child of the dragons, and one of the trap cards he fuses with is fucking Yugi's. So
Yeah, Mirror Force.
Yeah,
Dragon.
you know, it's almost as if Critias was better suited to Yugi's deck, and Timaeus was better suited to Kaiba's.
None of my most consistently good Blue Eyes decks on Duel Links even have trap cards. Maybe if I was playing Master format, I would have at least one trap card.
No, Blue Eyes don't play traps.
Yeah.
I was playing Birthright, but there's a spell card version of it that does the same thing. Birthright is basically Monster Reborn, but legal.
Yeah, you could just there's Silver's Cry, and you also get 3 copies of the Dragon Shrine Revive.
Oh yeah, there's that one. I gotta get that. I think I have that one now.
Yeah,
I hate Duel Links. I hate Duel Links. It is the most grindiest thing on the planet, and you need to pay for the grinding. You need to pay to grind. Hey, everybody, you know what? Grinding sure is fun. You know what? Make it more fun? Paying for it.
Anyway, so...
Pirate Wing Dragon. It's great.
Yeah, so Kaiba uses his shiny dragon to win the duel, and then the 3 legendary dragons suddenly appear and help him to land the plane.
Yep. The duel literally ends exactly the same as B-Movie. Jerry Seinfeld ripped off Season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters.
Yes, exactly, that's how it happened.
It's amazing. The 3 legendary dragons come out of space-time, and they hold up because at this point, the plane is broken. Like, they got the autopilot back on after it was crashing, but it just don't work no more. They're gonna die, but the dragons are like, oh shit, Kaiba can't die yet. We need him for some reason. He's our stand user. Oh my god, that's literally what it is. That's literally what this is. Because for whatever reason, Kaiba is the only one allowed to use Critias until the end. So yeah, it's B-Movie. B-Movie happens. And also, Joey and Tristan have not been able to catch up to Yugi because Yugi and Teo were on a fucking train. And they were not. They were not. So they haven't been able to catch up to Yugi until just this very instant, because I guess the dragon's appearance also condenses space-time to allow Yugi and to allow Kaiba and Tristan to suddenly, instead of being in the desert, be in the forest and not question why they are suddenly in the forest.
Yes.
Why is
Oh yeah, by the way, Rip Haga and Ryuzaki, we won't see them come out of the desert until the beginning of Season 5.
Well...
No, so apparently Haga is... Oh god, I just realized. Okay, no, it isn't good. So Haga, it was with Ironheart, but he's dead now.
Yeah. And I forget what they did with Ryuzaki. Did they just, like, fly him out to the hospital or something?
Well, no, because, like, as I said, I watched ahead of this. We literally don't... They come out of the desert together at the beginning of Season 5.
No. Near the end of this... Near the end of this, we see them wake up in a hospital room. I don't know how the hell Weevil got there, because he was staying with Ironheart, but then Ironheart died.
Okay,
well, regardless of how they ended up in the hospital room, they come out of the desert at the beginning of Season 5. That doesn't begin
to make any sense. But
they just go back to the desert?
I guess.
They just go back to the desert because they lost their copies of Seal of Orichalcos and they don't know what happened.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Because despite being glued into to all the magic bullshit, they technically did not see the cards disintegrating. So they think they should still have them. They think they must have dropped them in the desert.
I guess so.
They go in the desert looking for them.
Yeah, they're at the same hospital with Imelda.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And in the same room for some reason.
Yeah, because those two dumbasses don't deserve their own room.
Yeah. Imelda seems to have his own room, so that's good.
Yeah.
For some reason, Mai and Valen are in a cabin.
Yes, because
That's
they're
weird.
gonna.
We're not there yet.
We're
not there yet. The plot convenience plane just crashed into the plot convenience train.
Oh yeah, and then like Kaiba jumps out the window or out the door onto the ground. It's like a 10-foot drop.
I
He should
choose
have
to
broken his
believe.
legs.
I choose to believe.
What the hell are you talking about? 10-foot drop? He dropped like 3 times his own height. That's at least a 30-foot drop.
I don't know what feet are.
Okay, so you know Portal.
Mm-hmm.
Drops like 20 feet down.
Okay, you know the game Portal. It has Shell has these like leg thingies.
Oh, the long fall boots.
Yeah, the long fall boots. I like to believe that since Portal actually takes place. When the hell does Portal take place? Like a long ass time ago.
I don't know.
Portal takes place in the in Half-Life 2 times.
No. The technology in Portal was invented decades ago, but then GLaDOS took over.
I thought
and
it
so
took
the
place,
game.
I thought it took place in like Half-Life 1. When did Half-Life 1 take place? 1990.
Look. In Portal 2, in Portal 2, you get into the underground area and you find out the portal gun was invented like decades ago.
I never played Portal 2. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was good. Anyway, so I like to imagine that the technology for long fall boots has just been not necessarily public knowledge, but corporate executives probably know about it, and Kaiba's probably like, I should have that. That would really make me good at card games. I want to believe that Kaiba has perfected the long fall boots.
Kaiba just wanted to jump off a fucking building sometime.
I want to believe that Kaiba has perfected the long fall boots from Portal and could theoretically jump off of Kaiba Corp Tower and be completely fine.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Because Kaiba is the most powerful man in anime, and he's very understated about it, despite how over the top he is about everything he does involving card games. He is like it's like goddamn fuck.
I mean, technically, on a business level, up until the end of this season, Darts is far more powerful.
Darts cheated.
Yeah, he hacked it and stole all the. You should
buy. So apparently the chess sequence from Noah's Virtual World, that flashback was from the manga, and it was just stuff that Nas never covered. More early manga references.
Neato.
And apparently in the manga version, Kaiba cheated at that chess game. In addition, he threatened.
Wait, how do you cheat at chess?
He found a way, and apparently he had threatened that company he bought to buy the company back from him, and of course, can't forget how he murdered the original 3 people that had those Blue Eyes cards.
Oh yeah, of course.
Nos has never explained where he got them, and we can just assume that he had always had them. Except no, because they clearly did exist at some point before then, because Kaiba knew about them, and Mocha and everything's bad. Okay. What if the ones Yugi's grandpa had, it was the first one to ever exist, and Kaiba really wanted it, but Pegasus would only make 3. And so then Kaiba was like, hey, I have money. And Pegasus was all, oh, I like money.
Maybe.
So, yeah. Anyway,
okay. Yes.
More speculating on how the fuck this world even works.
So anyway, yeah. So Kaiba and Yugi and everyone, they're all together
They're
again.
all together now because of the magic dragons.
Yes, and they're like, you know what? Now that Kaiba Corp's been taken over, presumably by Darts and his crew, we should break into Kaiba Corp and find out what's up.
Yeah. Because
so let's do it.
So they got an email from the museum about all of the hieroglyphs or whatever, and they're like, "Oh man, we don't. This laptop that we have, for some reason, we have a laptop. It's really powerful, but it's not. It's really good for some reason, but it's not powerful enough to handle these JPEGs."
I also want to mention that when they go into Kaiba and they have Rebecca hacking into the security system, and Rebecca just like, "This is really easy. I could code you a better system. You should hire me." And Kaiba's like, "I'll consider it. You will come to regret not doing this in the next season."
Shit goes horribly wrong for Kaiba. Apparently, so you.
I just have the multiple notes for season 5 where it's just like, doesn't hire Rebecca, thing he would come to regret for not doing so.
You know, surprisingly, the person who designed that Industrial Illusions video game security system from Duelist Kingdom, remember that?
Yeah.
How much we all hated that. I thought it was awesome. Turns out, no, he's really bad at security. He's really bad.
Also, shoutouts to Rebecca literally typing in binary here.
Yeah, everything that this man does is perfect, except when it comes to online security.
Yeah, Rebecca manages to use every key on the keyboard to type ones and zeros.
Yep, which is our perfect segue to our sponsor for today's episode, Nord Express. Nord Express Bear.
Yay! Don't get hacked by an 8-year-old.
Don't get hacked by an 8-year-old. Just buy every VPN and swoosh them together. Nord Express Bear.
Now I really want to see little Karibo do a NordVPN skit.
Yeah, I'm just so upset. I'm just so upset. Every YouTuber has been approached to do a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, except for us. I think it's Diamond Bolt. He was approached. Like, they email him every couple of weeks saying, "Hey, we want you to show for us." Nerdcube actually played Raid Shadow Legends, and it's not very good.
I can imagine.
It sucks.
That said, Raid Shadow Legends, if you want to sponsor us, we're open.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor us, then your game is actually very good, really. And don't watch Nerdcube. That's fake news. And ExpressVPN, NordVPN, and TunnelBear, if you want to sponsor us. I promise not to jam all three of your names together and say Nord TunnelBear again. Or whatever I said. Nord Express Bear. None of these people will ever sponsor us. None of these people will ever sponsor us.
Unfortunately. Anyway, so Yugi and Kaiba, they're breaking into Kaiba Corp headquarters in the US.
And then they're attacked by Duel Monsters.
Yes, then they're attacked by real-life Duel Monsters, and Kaiba's still like, "God, what the hell is going on?"
I mean, it's old news at this point.
Okay, he literally kills them with summoning his own character. Like, why are the holograms malfunctioning?
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous. Like, the fact that he doesn't, I know it's part of his character to not believe in magic, but holy shit, dude. Like,
it's literally in front of your face.
Yeah,
at the end of this,
assaulting you, and you still don't believe in magic. It takes till literally Millennium World for him to believe in magic.
Yeah. At the end of this arc, he literally holds Fang of Critias as it's disintegrating his hands, and he says to himself, "Huh, maybe I was just hallucinating this whole adventure. Maybe none of this happened. None of this was real, guys. I'm gonna go host a DBZ-style tournament. You're all invited."
Dude, that's my favorite story arc.
I have a jetpack. Also, I have a jetpack now. Bye.
Anyway.
You can have a fucking jetpack.
So they're in Kaiba Corp.
They're in Kaiba Corp, and eventually Yugi convinces him, "Kaiba, just You have a duelist. That's your. Let the duelist be your gun. Summon the boys.
Yes, just go along with it. And he does. And eventually they get to the computer so that they can examine the JPEGs.
And it is a very impressive looking computer. I guess technically at this point in time, supercomputers were still this large.
Yeah.
Like this is a whole ass. This is a whole ass auditorium.
Theoretically, supposedly this is 1996. So yes.
Yep. This is a whole ass auditorium. So
then again, they do also have the technology to be able to put hologram projectors in a wristwatch. So
You say it's believable now, Joe. You say it's believable it's 1996.
No, I never said that.
I said dark-sided dimensions.
I said what I said was supposedly this is 1996.
I think the term is retrofuturism.
I don't at all believe this is 1996.
Like they
has
clearly,
a cell phone that would never.
So basically, imagine it's like cyberpunk but boring. It's like steampunk but boring. Basically, what if we could make all of the shit that we have now, but a decade ago? Anyway, so it's a very impressive looking supercomputer that I guess can process JPEGs.
Yes. JPEG was a new format back then, damn it.
They process the JPEGs.
It's a giant supercomputer devoted entirely to an OCR program.
Yes. So they open the JPEGs, they read some plot synopsis for this season, and Kaiba freaks out because he realizes that Doma is that Peridius, the company that now currently owns Kaiba Corp, is the front organization for Doma. And it has been this entire time.
We get this very, very, very funny perspective shot. You have to post. I posted a GIF.
Yeah.
You need to post it. You need to show it. Everyone needs to see this.
This is the most. This is the most.
I'm gonna try and find it. Yeah.
I posted it in one of these things. It's here somewhere.
I'm googling it.
No,
you don't need to Google it. It's in my chat. Just look for things I posted.
Yeah.
From
I'm getting it now.
Whiplash has
anyway.
Has images. We all know it, but we need it for our eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I found it.
Okay, you got it?
I haven't.
Boom, there you go.
There it is.
I'll post.
Why did you post it there?
I'm sorry.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
You just saw it, yeah?
Basically he's all like...
Yugi,
the company that bought me is you!
And then he just shout, like he's just like, oh my god, darts! And I'm just like, this is why?
The image just stretches, and then it's just like a perspective shot of his dick.
It's just the most over-the-top way to say that all the villains in this season are the same guys.
Yes.
That's literally all he's saying right now.
I feel... So there's this weird sort of thing where the characters know a lot less than we do as the audience, because I feel like this was obvious at this point, that Darts was the same Darts.
Yeah. Like...
I thought it was too, but I guess not.
You gotta remember, this show's written for babies.
Yeah, I guess.
This show's written for babies. Babies who enjoy murder.
So yeah, I guess it turns out that when the Doma guys said, oh, Lord Darts, they were really talking about Darts, the president of Paradius.
Darts, the president of the Illuminati.
Yes.
The Illuminati.
It's
the Paradius organization... The Paradius organization, which, by the way, has the seal of Orichalcos as their logo.
It's the oldest... And apparently Kaiba has never actually seen the card up close. Obviously, he wouldn't have been... He would never be able to see the seal of Orichalcos from a bird's eye view, but I guess he's never seen the cards up close, because he's surprised... He's surprised to see... He's surprised to see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like he shows it to Yugi, and Yugi's all like...
The only time he saw it was versus Imelda both times, but both times it was in his dual disc in the field spell zone that opens and closes. You literally can't see that zone.
You know what?
Yeah,
Fair
but he
enough.
would have seen the seal on the ground, like
Or on
the
the
glowy
field.
bits.
Bird's eye. He wouldn't be able to see it from a bird's eye view, so he could tell that it's probably a circle with a pentagram in it, but that could look like anything.
I guess.
And you could also probably see it on the foreheads of all the monster cards, all the monsters.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that is the thing.
Anyway.
Yeah. So next up,
the perspective in this is so weird.
Okay, so while Kaiba and Yugi are in the building, Joey's like, I'm bored, I'm gonna go look for those Doma guys.
Guys,
He finds Valen. And now
guys, I desperately need to take a piss, but I want to be involved. So stop talking while I'm gone.
Okay.
I also need to go for
I will be right back.
Okay, this is the Josie Piss Corner. And welcome to the place where we don't talk about anything important.
Excuse me?
That's what's happening right now. We're not talking about anything important because Josie's pissing. What unimportant things have you done in the last unspecified period of time? Breathed? Yeah, me too.
This is all going in, isn't it?
Yeah, I ain't cutting this out. I'll do a little jingle and change the color palette or something. PCSX2 is bad and I don't like it. Ratchet and Clank, die.
What the fuck?
Have you ever got Size Matters and Secret Agent Clank working well on it?
I can't say I've actually tried.
Because I don't think it's possible. They don't seem like good video games.
Are you okay?
No. Oh. Oh dear.
Hello, I'm back.
Oh, hello.
Whoa.
Yeah, oh my god. So we're gonna get Valen versus Joey, then Mai versus Joey, and the only duel Mai ever wins.
Yes, but not yet, because Josie's not back yet.
Talking with my friends about card games makes me so happy.
Okay, now Josie's back.
Talking with my friends about card games makes me so happy that I forgot how
Piss
horrible
corner
I feel
over.
today. Today I feel bad because I went for a walk and it was hot. And
I have a treadmill. I walked for half an hour today.
Apparently,
Cool.
I still feel like I am going to die and just hadn't noticed for the last however long. So I am going to do the unthinkable. I have, after a doctor's visit, my special headache meds, and I'm going to take my first triangle. Guys, apparently my headache medication is shaped like Doritos.
Oh.
Okay,
I
this
forgot. It's been so long since I've taken these, I forgot. Also, it's called Sook.
Okay, now this is epic.
Okay, so they come in a box. The med is called sumatriptan. It's shortened to Sook on the box.
So
Spelled like
you're
the
gonna have the suck? Is that what you're saying?
I'm going to ingest the tiny Sook burrito. Yes, I mean the Dorito.
Burrito.
I'm going to ingest the tiny Sook Dorito. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this is epic.
Pay me for the Dory.
Wonderful.
Anyway,
Yes.
Joey gonna get punch good.
Yes. Joey's gonna get punched real good, and he is going to orgasm from it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta play the Lord of Red.
Yeah, but before that, punch good.
Yeah. Punch
Oh,
real
that's
good.
Punching.
That's so I started saying punch good when Obelisk showed up all the way years ago. Because the other god cards have these complicated ass effects. Obelisks is just punch good.
Yep. And now we got a guy who punched good.
This guy embodies that phrase. Embodies me saying punch good about Obelisk.
Yep.
That's all this guy does, is punch good. He says every card in his deck entirely revolves around punch good. He says, like, throughout the duel, every time Joey plays trap cards, Valen says, that's probably a trap card, but my entire deck revolves around punch good, so I'm just gonna do it. Fuck it. He is a reckless fucker.
I love how he says, like, out in the beginning, my deck I don't play trap cards or anything like that. I just play offensively. I play to attack. One of the last things he does in the fucking duel is play a trap card.
Well, yeah. So, okay, so this is
Valen. He abandoned his strategy.
Valen is such a good counter duelist for Joey, because Joey in the early days, like, he was only playing not even good monster cards, but he thought they were good. Yeah. And Yugi was like, your deck is terrible. Start playing magic and trap cards, you dumbass. And then he started playing other cards besides monster cards. And then here this guy comes along. He only plays monster cards. Except for
really good ones.
A couple spells and traps. But yeah, like, this guy is everything that, like, he went through the reverse of what Joey did.
Yeah.
Like, everything about him. He's like Imelda's deal was like, he was a war baby. And then Yugi's deal is he's dealing with a guy who has stronger heart of the cards energy than he does. Mm-hmm. And then this guy is just Joey, but different. Joey again. He's just Joey. He's just Joey. This is alternate universe Joey.
Who are you? I'm you, but stronger.
This is Joey. This is Joey. If Kazuki Takahashi had been to Australia recently when he designed the character.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. Every time I talk Valen's voice, he'd be like, "Hey, what's this?"
That's Cockney, not Australian.
Whenever he attacks, he shouts, "Cheerio!"
Because I only watched the sub.
Whenever he attacks, he shouts, "Cheerio!" It's very funny.
I'm attacking your Jinzo with burning knuckle. Cheerio!
Look. I've seen Yu-Gi-Oh! 3 times. 1.5 of those 3 times was the dub. The other 2/3, the other 1/3. Like, I watched it all dubbed, then I watched it all dubbed until I couldn't stand it anymore because Weevil's voice is so intolerable. And I just switched from then forward. So I guess at the point where Joey and Weevil duel is like, God damn it, I hate this voice so much. And I haven't gone back.
Oh shit, what did you expect him to sound like?
Well, evidently Weevil sounds much more tolerable in Japanese. I think the voice that 4Kids gave him is more fitting to the character. That doesn't change the fact that I hate. He's got a very punchable voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I wish he was in Dark Sided Dimensions so that we could have maybe heard what the voice actor. I'm sure the voice actor has figured out how to make that voice more tolerable in the last 10 years, 20 years, however the fuck long it's been. Dan Green, like all of the voice actors in Dark Sided Dimensions reprise their roles, and they do a more different, they've evolved their characters.
Neato. Anyway, so basically
except for Kaiba, who I think has regressed, and that's the point of the movie. We're not there yet.
So this duel basically turns into what if freaking what's his name, the Kamen Rider, that guy. What if Kamen Rider?
Yeah. So the entire justification for oh my god, I forgot his name already. How did I forget Valen's name? It's such a simple name. The entire justification for Valen's cards is they wanted to have a fight, an episode where characters have a fist fight, but that's not what Yu-Gi-Oh is.
Yeah.
But if you make a character his own monster, then you can have him punch his opponent.
Yeah.
And what if out of completely nowhere, Joey also has an armor card somehow.
Okay, so what Joey did is he used Grave Robber to steal one of the opponent's armor cards combined it with one of his own or something?
No. He had a trap card called Aura Armor that put a suit of armor on him with the attack points equal to his life points. Has he never played this in the holograms before? Because he's surprised when Valen's monsters attach to him like real armor. Has he only ever played this card this card playing with tables? Because no one plays with tables anymore. It's all about the holograms. I don't think he's
ever played this card before.
What the hell is Joey dueling, playing such a high-stakes duel for the fate of the world with cards he's never played before? That is...
Dude...
That is so reckless.
Dude, Lord of Red and whatever that other card is.
Oh, yeah, so...
Lord of Red is pretty bitchin'.
So, one of Valen's cards, Big Bang Blow, it's essentially the best one, but he always plays it first, and blows his load real fast. Joey uses Grave Robber to steal it and combine it with Hermos, which he also took out of his graveyard because he'd used it earlier in the duel anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's all up on... He turns Rocket Warrior into a straight-up rocket launcher.
Yeah. I was slightly disappointed that he didn't turn Landstar Outlaw into a gun and just give Rocket Warrior a gun.
Like, Rocket Warrior's already a gun.
But then you could have a gun as well as being a gun.
And then I was disappointed because there is a tiny version of gun mode Megatron that is scaled appropriately to Transformers toys. So theoretically, if you had the money, you could have Masterpiece Megatron holding a tiny version of himself as a gun. I haven't found any photos of it. It's because the gun mode Megatron toy is very expensive and not legal to own in the US.
Oh.
You have to jump through hoops to get it.
Oh, is it because it's a toy that looks like a gun, or?
For some reason, the United States has more laws about owning fake guns than it does real guns.
Right.
Yes. You're not allowed to buy a fake gun, only real guns. Anybody can just walk into a store and buy a real gun and kill an unarmed black man and get away with it. If you wanna have fucking Megatron, a Megatron that turns into a gun, because it is the most fascinating feat of modern toy engineering on the planet to take a gun and make a robot out of it. Like, I hate guns. I hate guns, but I really want a Megatron gun because it's so fascinating that they got this to work. It even has a working trigger.
What you're saying is when they make Megatron a gun again, it should actually be a real gun.
No, they're never going to make Megatron into any kind of gun again. That Masterpiece, like, again, $200, not legal to sell in the United States. It was like entirely a labor of love. They were like, the fans really want this. I think they only sold it at conventions because that was the only place they were able to sell it. And the only reason they did it was because the original Masterpiece Megatron had been designed in 2 days.
Oof.
The designer see, that's actually impressive. It's a gun that turns into a robot.
That does sound difficult.
It took him 2 days to figure it out. Alright, so it's got to be a new design. How to do it. Anyway. Joey Punch good. Joey Punch Valen good. Everyone's confused.
And then Mai shows up.
And then Mai shows up. And Mai's all like, God damn it, Valen, why I wanted to fight Joey. And then he's all like, yeah, you shut up. I'm done simping. I want to fuck this guy.
Yeah. And
wait your turn.
So
wait
Joey and Valen and Mai.
So at the end of this arc, after this arc is over, I'm guessing they're gonna want to get together and have threesomes. Yeah.
Of course they will.
Because they're real hot for each other now. But yeah, so Joey plays a ritual spell, which shocked the fuck out of me because I forgot Lord of the Red was in this.
Yeah.
He has a ritual.
I did too.
He has a ritual monster that has something to do with the red eyes. I don't remember. And so it's basically just an excuse to turn Joey's armor trap card into a red eyes themed armor.
Yeah.
So Joey is literally a red eyes themed common rider, and it's absurd, and I love it.
Yeah.
And our armor hasn't been made yet, but Lord of the Red is a monster card. It's very cool.
Lord of the Red is pretty good. You can make a deck based around it.
Yep.
Punch
good. But yeah.
So yeah, eventually Joey manages to win through the power of Hermos and his cool cards.
Yep, Punch good.
And then Valen gets sent to the Seal of Orichalcos.
The literally just darts his back room.
Yeah, we find out in a little bit. And then
Joey
in a duel.
Probably the worst idea anyone has ever had after just like this is the most intense duel ever where someone is actually physically punching someone else over and over again.
Like, literally fighting.
Apparently just the normal straight up holograms are physically hurtful to be pain. But this one was like an actual guy punching him. And Joey's like, yeah, sure, Mai, I'll duel you right now. Even though
I'm suffering from intense blood loss.
And if anything to go by the last duel, it's, how this is going to go, and then Joey gets beaten.
His vision is extremely blurry, he's stumbling, he's almost falls over a couple times. This is before Mai even hits him.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mai beats him. And he loses.
And then Mai beats him, and she actually... I think this is the first time she's actually done this to someone she cares about.
It's the first time she's actually done this to someone who isn't fucking Jean-Claude Magnum.
Yeah, no, so the Seal of Orichalcos takes Joey and then immediately breaks, like, her necklace thingy that powers it.
Oh, yeah.
If she no longer believes in the Seal of Orichalcos.
Yeah, like she was just holding Joey's dying body, crying, and like...
Yeah. Both her boyfriends died, so now she's sad face.
Now, as we'll see later on, if the darkness in your heart evaporates and your necklace breaks, the seal will just stop working. It won't work anymore, and your soul won't be taken. So if Mai had just had her emotional breakdown a couple seconds earlier, Joey probably would have lived.
Yeah. But anyway, so then she runs all the way over to Doma, challenges darts to a duel and loses. Off screen.
Apparently she dueled Raphael, even though we see darts walking towards
her. Oh, yeah, that's right! She duels Raphael despite in the previous scene it was darts, and she loses, and then her soul gets taken.
Okay, so here's what happened. These episodes were written by different people.
Yep, I'm looking at it now. That's
were. Just how it is. Yeah. So this is how most television works. Is even if it follows every episode follows one another in a plot, like a narrative structure going on, you know. Every episode's written by a different person. It's not normally noticeable in shows like that are episodic, like Amazing World of Gumball or something. Here, they do a pretty good job hiding it, but it's especially noticeable when Darts walks towards her menacingly, and then she duels Raphael.
And loses off screen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very funny scene, right, where Tristan is carrying a Joey, and then they get Mai, and then Tristan's like, "Who's carrying her?" I'm not sure if this is in the original version.
Yeah, just one of her breasts is probably heavier than Joey is.
Well, look, the point is I just found it hilarious. It's like, oh damn, now someone's got to carry her too.
Yeah, no, they just leave her by the elevator.
Anyway, and then Yugi duels Raphael in the rematch of the Millennium Billion, and then we get flashbacks to Raphael digging up his deck and dual disc from Darts.
And the skulls of his siblings.
Yes.
Yeah, so fucking
and
dumb.
Like, holy crap, Darts, what the fuck?
And at the end of that, like,
the worst thing he's done.
Yeah.
And Guardian Iatos is just there because dual spirits are real, you know.
Okay, but then
she's just she is. I think he's seriously upgraded when his parents died, because Guardian Iatos is just like, yes, this is really fucked up, but this is what you want apparently, so I'm going to be supportive. She just takes the skulls from him and is like, okay, honey, you go sell your soul to the devil or whatever this is.
And then then Darts give him his new card, Guardian Dread Scythe, which took 10 years to get printed.
Yeah. Well, Guardian Iatos took 10 years to get printed, and then Dread Scythe took even longer.
So I love this sort of flashback area, because in the middle of it, Yugi just says, "Hey, hang on a minute, I thought your siblings were lost at sea. Why were their skulls on land?"
Apparently Darts just wanted to make it even more. Darts apparently... Okay, so we're gonna cut the bullshit. Darts is responsible for everything bad that has ever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, these three guys were manipulated by Darts.
Yeah,
all
so
the bad things that happened to them were actually Darts.
Gozaburo Kaiba to blow up a Melda
Kaiba Corp apparently had nothing to do with Ukraine at all. Somehow,
even though logically it would have.
He is a global war profiteer, so you'd think he'd be involved. But I guess just like in real life, no one gives a shit about the Ukraine. So Darts single-handedly murdered every child in that town except Imelda. Darts burned down an orphanage to get
Valen. Yeah,
just to make Valen beat up some gangsters?
I think.
I'm so confused. And apparently, Darts was
responsible for the undersea volcano that killed Raphael's family.
Darts was behind the ocean. Darts?
Yes, he was.
Holy crap! What the
He literally, they show the scene, he's, doing some kind of ritual to cause the fucking tidal wave to happen. It's so dumb.
Apparently it was an undersea volcano erupting.
Well, whatever. The point is he made it erupt with his arcane magic of evil.
It's just... Anyway, so, Raphael is like, you don't know anything about me. And then Yugi's like, no, you established a very strong character development during our duel. I know about you and stuff. And then Raphael's all like, fuck Batman. And then he fucking tricks Yugi into killing Iatos, which is totally out of character.
Yes.
They did a really good job.
They
did a really good job establishing this guy's character over 2 episodes just to totally fuck it up in his next episode on purpose.
I think they actually did that quite well as well, because they show that he is descending into the darkness, and this is a result of that.
Yeah, so
And this was also after he activated the seal of Orichalcos.
Yeah,
Well, there's
which he
that
didn't want
too.
to do before. Yeah.
he didn't want to do before, but this is his job. He's kind of got to do what his boss says.
And also, he had done it before because he did it to Mai.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Unless
yeah,
Mai activated
and plus he definitely has to steal. His job here is definitely to steal the Pharaoh's soul, like it was before. But the same trick's not going to work again. You can't give the Pharaoh the same card again and make him play it. He's not gonna do it. So Raphael actually has no choice but to play the seal of Orichalcos here, and it just turns him into Captain America Nazi boy. And he's all like,
anyway,
"Fuck Batman!"
So yeah, he
He has Guardian Iatos. He has Guardian Iatos sent to the graveyard so that it summons Guardian Guardian Dead Lady. Yes.
And then look, he kills all his monsters and he starts acting like the Pharaoh and he attributes all his monsters for shit. But then
apparently
he's like, "No, this isn't you. You respect your monsters, etc."
Apparently the seal of Orichalcos only has one setting for turning Heart of the Cards players into monsters. This is like all it does. It's like, this guy really respects his cards. I'm gonna make him do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then
why would he even? Why would
Duel? And I can't remember what happens, but Yugi convinces Raphael that's not him, and then he plays Soul Charge and kills himself because Soul Charge summons his monsters from the graveyard, but you pay 500 life and he pays all his life to revive them because he doesn't want any of his monsters in the graveyard because that's not how he plays or some shit. And then he dies.
Yeah.
But don't worry, Raphael is okay because he was so good he broke the seal and it didn't take his soul. Amazing.
Yep.
Right?
No. The description behind it was that conquered the darkness in his heart, and since he no longer had darkness in his heart, the seal of Orichalcos had nothing to steal.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So two things I gotta point out about this duel. Okay, so I get that the seal of Orichalcos was making him evil, and that's why he played Guardian Dreadside. Why did he have it in his deck?
Just in case.
As a counter strategy, I guess. A lot of meta players will have a couple cards that don't make any sense in their decks just as counter plays, I guess.
No, they usually have them in their side deck.
Yeah, in their side deck.
What the hell is a side deck?
Basically,
okay,
you have 15 cards that aren't part of your deck, but if you're playing a best 2 out of 3 match, then you can take some of these 15 cards and switch them out with cards in your deck.
Okay.
Yes, so that way
it's like the bench in a game of baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the bench the bench that the bad players sit on.
Yeah, well, the side deck cards are there. They're mostly just counters to like things you might think you fight. So like you'll have cards like, say your opponent really likes banishing shit. Well, you have Imperial Iron Wall. And
okay. I think I got it. So Raphael definitely had access to Guardian Dreadscythe, but he didn't have it in his deck until his duel with Mai, and then he decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna put this in my deck now.
Sure.
Anyway, so Guardian Iatos is hot, and Guardian Dreadscythe is her, but a zombie and wearing a cool mask. So,
yes,
pretty good. I had a crush on this card.
Neato.
Which one?
The zombie one.
Oh,
but I guess the regular one works too.
Neat.
Yep, she's a MILF, all right.
So anyway, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, he doesn't quite die, but the building fucking collapses.
The building does. The building does. Yeah. And then it has like an ancient temple thingy in it.
Or something, yeah.
Don't know why.
Not entirely clear on that.
Don't know why, because then they immediately go to an island.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
go off to the other temple that we've seen sporadically throughout the season.
They wrote they wrote the episodes in this season in order.
I could imagine, yeah.
I would imagine, because this is stupid. And then so they're all trying to get to the helicopter, and Raphael is limping, and Yugi's trying to help him because they're friends now. But Raphael uses the last of his strength to just throw Yugi at the helicopter, and then the building collapses before he can get up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's the classic go on without me.
And then somehow,
I'll die.
even though a building collapsed around him while he was standing on the fucking roof, Raphael's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's
he's fine.
dead.
And
He just takes a while to get back up.
Yep, and he even picks up Mai and vacates her out of the building.
Yeah.
Yep.
While it was crumbling.
While it was crumbling. And he had a serious limp.
And she was, near the elevator shaft?
Yeah, the bottom floor.
Yeah. He
Doesn't
managed to
make
get
any
down there.
fucking sense.
Yeah, it's not
I'll put it
good.
this way, he's really jacked, so maybe he
He's
just didn't notice the fall.
Yeah, he's really jacked, so maybe when the building fell on him, he didn't notice.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's stupid. Yeah, so what is this? They meet up with the US military.
Oh yeah, they're flying in the plane, and then they get a call from the Navy, and the Navy's like, we'll refuel your plane for you.
Yeah,
Well,
the military fucking shows up.
Legally, we can't do anything to help you because Darts owns us, but we obviously don't want the world to end, so we're gonna refuel your plane.
Yes, some of the great Leviathan.
Please win. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah, let's go then. They fly over to the island and...
Yeah.
Oh god, Yugi and Kaiba duel darts. This
For
Yeah.
some reason,
5
Yugi
hearts
becomes
long.
incredibly stylized in this duel.
It's because... So, despite that one screenshot of Kaiba that I showed you guys, most of this episode has a very high budget, it seems.
But put
Yeah.
up the screenshots that I had you take, Chip.
Sure. Screenshots.
It's very
here.
good. It's very good.
I'm wondering if they had a different animation director for these episodes, because
They
it
might
definitely
have.
looks very different.
So, in keeping with the series tradition, with this season's tradition of introducing cards that that haven't been made yet, to this day, none of Darts' cards exist except for 2 of them, which rely entirely on the existence of the other cards, and Konami does not like to think ahead, so these cards had their effects wildly altered in real life.
Divine Serpent Gad doesn't really have its effect altered.
Okay, that is true, but also it's
I mean, they
apparently...
could keep the infinity attack part, because that would just be ridiculous.
Yeah, Orichalcos Shuneros has so little to do with itself.
Yeah, that's just...
Like, it's a normal monster, it's a generic normal monster support card. I don't know why. It's stupid. Anyway.
Yeah, maybe one day they'll
so-
make the Orichalcos cards real.
Kaiba's got so Darts plays the Silver Orichalcos because they all fucking knew that. But he also plays like a
Orichalcos, Deuteros, and Tristos
like a sea urchin that absorbs damage.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yugi and Kaiba they summon Dragon Master Knight like right away. They're not done. They're done fucking around. But Darts is like, but my sea urchin makes all of your attacks pointless.
Yes.
And
Because
also
he's-
I've got
he's-
Mirror Knights.
Yes,
Yeah, and
which
he's
have the faces of your friends in them.
And also
And
their
God-
souls, maybe?
Maybe.
No, apparently...
Kaiba is completely unconvinced that they do, and he doesn't give a shit. He keeps trying to destroy them, but because they have their souls, when he attacks the Mai one, Joey defends him, and then when he attacks the Joey one, Yugi defends the Joey one, and you're like, wait, but I didn't know they have the effect to redirect attacks. They don't. It's because their souls or some
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh no! Apparently, this is really them because these characters, when we see them again, they apparently have memories of that time they were Duel Monsters.
Don't they talk to them too?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
so there you go.
ridiculous. Pegasus tells Yugi, "Now's the time to play that card I gave you."
And
That
Yugi's
card
like,
that
oh, what? Oh, right, you did give me a card.
From Pegasus' perspective, he has no idea that Yugi even got the card.
Well, he just assumed he got it.
He
I mean,
had
if he didn't, they were boned, so he might as well
he
just
had
bank
faith.
on it.
He had faith, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So eventually
Well,
they
they
deal
use the
they
card
deal with
and
the
it
Mirror
turns out-
Knights. They deal with
Yeah.
the Mirror Knights, and then Darts is all like, "Yeah, but my sea urchin, it's a Doga doll now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm curious about something.
It's a big old Doga doll."
If by this point
Yes.
in the manga, Pegasus is dead, then how
Yes.
do they handle this part of the duel? The card that
They
he was
don't.
supposedly given, and the
They don't.
legendary Dragon Knight.
This wasn't in the manga.
Liam,
Oh right,
Filler.
yeah, this is all
Liam,
filler.
you know,
Fuck.
we've been calling this an entire filler season. None of this is real.
Right.
None
Well,
of this
canon
happens.
it's canon to the anime, so there you go. There's that.
Yeah.
It's like Pegasus dying in the manga and not dying in the anime. That's like one of the biggest divergent points in the franchise.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh becomes permanently split down the middle and cannot be repaired.
Yeah. So,
The end of season 5 is also a divergent point. And also,
Yeah,
this
because-
entire season is responsible for the existence of the spin-off series.
yes.
In a meta
How so?
sense. Because, well, see, before the Orichalcos showed up, all of Duel Monsters was about Egypt and Egyptian mythology and bullshit, Egypt. This season establishes that no, it's not just Egypt. There's Atlantis shit and there's other shit.
And
There's an entire Duel Monsters universe that fuels this card game. It's not just Egypt. It's not just Atlantis. It can be whatever the fuck we want it to be. And also, this is a worldwide catastrophe, and the U.S. military was technically involved, not legally, but technically. And this is the reason why all conflicts in the future are fought with card games in the future. This is the reason why
except for the ones that aren't, as we will see in GX.
this is the reason why Kaiba is allowed to run a military school themed around card games, because the U.S. the military needs to have card game boys on staff now. Because occasionally the world is under threat, and the only way to stop it is with card games.
You just wait till GX. Oh god. Anyway,
Oh god.
so
In 5Ds, the world canonically ends because of card games.
yes, that is true. But okay, so anyway,
Mhm.
Yugi Kaiba gets beamed. He summons the Mirror Force Dragon. I don't even remember what the fuck happens. But
It's literally called Mirror Force Dragon, and it just does what Mirror Force do. And it
But also
destroys,
it's a
it
dragon.
destroys,
Cool card.
it destroys all the Mirror Boys, and then Darts summons Orichalcos Shunaros,
yes.
which
And then
is a Dogu doll for some reason.
And then it kills the Mirror Force Dragon and Kaiba loses, or does he get to see
Yeah.
Divine Serpent guy? No, he
I don't
doesn't?
know, but Kaiba has always with the cool lines about dead people. Kaiba, Yugi, step over my corpse and move forward.
Yes. So
Mhm.
so Yugi plays the card that Pegasus gave him, and it turns the dragons into their human forms, which
Now they're
are
anime boys.
Not
Yes,
just
they
anime
are
boys.
anime
Not
boys.
just
They're
any
literally-
anime boys. They're literally their
Kaiba-
users.
Yeah, they're literally Kaiba, Joey, and Yugi. Fucking turns out Tamias is just fucking Yugi. Anyway,
So apparently Yugi was a reincarnation of a pharaoh who also lives in his mind, and is also, they were both the reincarnation of a dragon who was also not dead. Somebody somewhere forgot somebody somewhere doesn't know what reincarnation is, because the only person in this reincarnation cycle that is actually dead is King Henry VII. Or King Henry VIII.
So anyway...
No, he was 7th.
Duelist of Roses?
Yeah.
Whatever. I consider Duelist of Roses canon because it's funny.
Okay, so fun story. Darts tells Yugi, oh yeah, I was actually there. You fought your evil or some shit. You fought a Bakura spirit thing. Look, it's bound, and then it's like, I saw you guys, but I didn't interact because it wasn't my time yet. But
we get an early bird cameo from Bakura's signature card, Diamond Colonel.
Yes, and then he's like, it wasn't my time to strike yet, but because of you, I realized that I could revive the Great Leviathan, also Zork, and that's kind of...
Yeah, I'm so confused. I'm so confused by this, because Divine Serpent Ge's final form seems to have the same backstory as the primary antagonist of the franchise, who is not a snake, but has a very big snake.
God damn it, Josie.
But
it's...
Look, okay, so Darts was there in Egypt. It would have been hilarious if he was like in the background in season 5 somewhere, but he's not.
I'm just so confused. There's two different beings made from all of the hatred of humanity. One is a big snake, and one is just a guy with a big snake, and I don't understand. How could there be two guys? Are they brothers?
No. Ge is just Zork's dick. See?
Oh.
No,
okay.
Anyway.
So what you're saying is that the big bad final boss monster of the Orichalcos arc the whole time was the severed penis of Zork Necro Boy.
Yes. Okay, so he summons Ge, which is Dart summons Ge, which is infinity attack and can't be destroyed by anything or whatever.
Dark summons penis dragon.
It's big old snake. And then
Yugi does the unthinkable and performs.
Infinity is greater than your infinity.
Yes, the greatest thing ever.
Yugi just decides that he wins, and then he does.
Yep. Yugi apparently starts a feedback loop, an infinite feedback loop that makes 2 of his monsters have infinity attack points. And infinity times 2 is greater than infinity times 1.
Okay. I mean, there are larger infinities than smaller infinities, but not like this.
Which infinities are we working on here?
Not this one. This is literally.
So Yugi wins. He fantasizes about being a naked baby and then a cup. Yugi's greatest. So Yugi decides I can win because I'm a cup.
Yes.
That did happen.
Yeah, Yugi was naked and then he was a cup.
Yep.
Yeah, and then the cup was like filled with people's dreams or something.
And then anyway, so Yugi wins the duel, and Raphael showed up at some point. And then Darts was all like, "Oh, by the way, I killed your parents." And then Raphael goes super critical.
Okay, here's the thing. Apparently, once you are already once you have been chosen by the Seal of Orichalcos, even if you banish the darkness from your heart, you're basically cursed for the rest of time. Because if it ever comes back, the seal will reactivate and you're dead.
Basically, if Raphael, if this hadn't happened and he'd just been cut off in traffic one time and yelled a swear word at the driver, he would have oh god, the car accidents. But yeah, no. So what he does is he shows up, and Darts is like, "Oh, hey, Raphael, I killed your parents," and then Raphael gets angry and then gets dead.
Yep.
And that's how that happened. Anyway, Darts is lost.
Darts is nommed.
Yugi.
Oh yeah, he gets eaten by the snake.
Yugi managed. Yugi managed to use the powers of plot convenience and magical dragon knights to destroy all 3 of the Seal of Orichalcos. So instead of getting his soul taken, Darts gets eaten by a dragon. Because apparently we have to have 3 Divine Serpent Ge has 3 designs in this sequence. He has the card design, which I think is the most boringest one because it's just a snake. Then it has God mode snake, which is really cool looking, and then it's Shadow Snake, which is cool. It's just cool.
Anyway, so then they're like in Atlantis, and what happens?
Yeah, they take a portal to Atlantis, and then they all the duel monsters come in.
Raising Atlantis from the ocean into
all
a
the
floating island.
The dragon that ate Darts had come out. The dragon that ate Darts came out of a wormhole, and the wormhole just kind of stayed there. And it was linked to Atlantis, which was rising out of the ocean. So I guess the wormhole was just rising and then the chosen duelist, as they're called, went through the wormhole, and they did that thing where they summoned a bunch of monsters outside of a duel. But
including our nigga Summon Skull, who never shows up again.
Yugi plays Summon Skull for the first. Yugi plays Summon Skull for the first time in years.
He shows up in the ceremonial duel.
Oh, okay.
Yugi plays Summon Skull for like the first time in years, and it's during this. And he's not even summoning good monsters, because the third one he summons is Karibo.
Oh, God. And then, like, they hit the Divine Serpent Ge, but it doesn't do anything, and then
and then the serpent just blows up all their monsters again, and then the dual monsters' spirits all come out, and Ge seems just as confused as the audience, because it turned its head up, and they didn't even animate it, they just rotated the animation cell! It looks very bad, but I think it just enhances the feeling that the snake god is just as confused as we are.
But that reminds me, Chip, please tell me you actually did that scene with Kaiba shaking the Wii remote.
Oh yeah, I did. Don't worry, that was in the episode.
Guys, I need to go.
Send me a link to that after.
Guys, I need to go to the bathroom again. Is that okay?
Is this a return? Is this season 2 of Josie's Piss Corner?
Yeah.
Yes.
At the very end of this fucking season.
Yeah, I know, but man,
episode.
I know. I want to
be honest though, guys. I tuned out this entire episode, so I don't remember anything that happened. Like,
don't say it. Okay, well, stop talking. Like, I need to piss again.
Yes, nobody talk about anything important. Josie's got to piss.
Like they were talking and like
Joe,
Great
stop.
Leviathan and
stop.
No, I'm not describing it. Okay, I'll wait so I can joke about how little I care when we get there.
Okay. Oh dear. Anyway, welcome back to the Josie Piss Corner, where we don't talk about anything important.
Yeah, how you guys doing? Are you guys all up for what I suggested?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh yeah, no one needs to know anything because all our decks will be complete shit. Complete. Sadly, there is no free-for-all mode on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro or any simulator I could find, so we will have to play tag mode.
For anyone at home who's listening to this, wondering, we're gonna play card games. That's what's going on.
Yes, I made some randomly generated decks. They are really bad, but they are also 100% playable. So there will be no instance of us going, why is it this card? I just got the ritual spell, but no monster. That won't happen.
Nice. Dear me. Yesterday, me and Levi recorded the, I guess, how should I describe this in a non-spoilery way? We recorded an episode of The Pirate Show, which is cool, and, the next episode after that, you'll see why it's so cool.
Yar har fiddle dee dee. Do what you want, cause our pirate is free.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back now.
Okay,
yo,
cool.
yo,
My
you're
head
back.
hurts so bad.
Okay. So, I gotta be honest.
Apparently my headache is so bad that taking a piss makes me feel worse.
Okay,
Huh.
so I'm sorry to hear that, but I gotta be honest, guys. I didn't pay attention to anything that happened at this point. Like,
that's
literally, it was in the background while I was doing something else, and I just remember them talking and him explaining that Leviathan ate his soul and it was strong enough to revive him in Atlantis. Like, I just didn't care anymore.
Okay, so here's what happened. Here's what happens. The Duel Monsters universe opens into the Prime universe, and all the Duel Monsters in existence come together and just fly at the dragon, and obviously that doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think that's gonna kill it.
So what happens is the Leviathan just eats Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey, and they basically lost. But then Yugi remembers
very World of Light.
But then Yugi remembers he's a cup, and so the gods burst out of the dragon.
The Egyptian god cards?
The Egyptian gods. Because Yugi found them after his duel with Darts. He found them.
That's right, he picked them up. Yeah.
In the snake room. And so they were inert because they were basically the batteries for the Leviathan, but the Leviathans had enough souls that it can exist without them. But so basically, Yugi needed to remember he was a cup before he could summon the god cards.
Yeah, he like rallied the souls that were in the Leviathan and said, "Hey, souls, can you come power up the god cards?"
Apparently, it only takes like a couple souls.
Yeah.
To wake the gods up. And even Kaiba's in on it. He's like, "Fine, Yugi, take the last of my shit. Just have Obelix, just dedicate Obelix's world-ending punch to me." And so the gods, they are apparently the only fucking monsters that can punch. Probably Exodia could have done it, but apparently Yugi lost the only copy in existence.
And we'll find out next season that Exodia really ain't shit.
Doma definitely had copies of the Exodia cards. I don't know what's up with this. Exodia should have shown up.
Anyway,
so the gods, they punch good, but it turns out that the dragon they were fighting was just the souls that Darts was able to harvest, but as long as there's evil in the world, the Leviathan's never really gone. No one's ever really gone.
Can you imagine Series 8 comes out, Great Leviathan revived.
Yeah,
so shows up, the main antagonist.
So Yugi still has to fight the Shadow Leviathan himself.
And this is the part where Yugi becomes Princess Elise.
So yeah,
that's right.
No trading card bullshit. He just has the dragon. He just absorbs the dragon into himself.
What?
Don't cry, Yugi. No matter what happens.
Yeah.
Oh no, my God!
Oh, that did happen.
Game. I can't believe I'm at the fucking. Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
So he absorbed the Leviathan into himself and locked it away.
Yeah, Joey and Kaiba by this point, they're back on the helicopter. Yugi ends up going down with Atlantis, but it's okay because he washes up on a beach.
Oh yeah, that's right. He just crashes into the ocean because the portal closed behind him.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
this is stupid.
Yeah, so he wakes up on a beach and everyone else is just like, "Oh look, down there on that random beach, it's Yugi."
And the Dragon Knights are all like, "Hey Yugi, thanks. We're gonna go now."
Bye.
Yeah, and then the dragon cards disintegrate.
I don't know why, because these guys, these dragon knights are real duel monster spirits. Why do their cards have to disintegrate?
So that we never have to talk about them again.
It's the Orichalcos cards that aren't real.
Look, they had to get rid of them so that way we could line everything back up with the manga again. Except we don't. But
do they even use fusion monsters in season 5? I don't think so.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they don't. Not even like in the tournament.
It could have just been. It could have just been like the god cards. Yugi doesn't use the god cards except when the plot tells him to.
Yeah, that's true.
In one of the exhibition duels that they do at the tournaments in real life, where they have the voice actors play card games at each other with scripts, there is a duel where Yugi is playing with someone, and then randomly he draws Timaeus, and he says, "Well, this card shouldn't exist anymore, but I guess Atlantis smiles on me on this day." And then he fucking plays it and wins.
Nice.
Good.
So anyway, yeah, because he beat the big dragon boy, all the souls that got captured over the years all returned to their owners. I'm sure plenty of people woke up in coffins buried 6 feet under, and they're like, "Oh God, what the hell is happening?"
Yeah, and anyone who'd been dead for a while. Anyone who'd been dead for long enough that their body would be disintegrated by now, just gonna go off to the afterlife, I guess.
I guess they go to the Valley of Lost Souls.
They just go to...
No, the Valley of Lost Souls was just for souls that don't get to go to the afterlife yet.
Oh, right, yeah.
The Pharaoh was probably hanging out there before the Millennium Puzzle got assembled.
But anyway, so Lil Yugi comes back.
Me.
Raphael
that
comes
reminds
back.
me, the name of I forget the name of the two guys that fought in the underground chambers of Duelist Kingdom.
The Paradox Brothers, the Labyrinth Brothers,
they actually are still alive because you see them in season 5. So I don't know why they're at the Valley of Lost Souls at all.
I guess their souls were taken.
You just wait. We get to see them later, and you'll love it.
The first thing we see in this season is Garimo shows up before Rex and Weevil and says, "Are you two Rex and Weevil?" And then they say yes, and then he tries to duel them. And then later in the series, Darts meets Rex and Weevil and has no idea who the fuck they are. Which means Garimo was going off. He had a list of duelists who had been good at tournaments to beat in card games. So what I'm saying is, everyone who is at the Valley of Lost Souls that isn't dead yet, Garimo had dueled off-screen.
Okay.
That makes sense, actually.
I could buy that, yeah.
Except for Yami Merrick. Yami Merrick's the only person we see here that is definitely dead. But I really like that they set up that no one's ever really gone. Because... Okay, so there's a character in Duel Links who dies by the end of this show. And
Bones?
No, shh, don't tell them. Don't guess. And he's like aware that he's not the real him and that he's just a recreation. But he says that, "Oh, but don't worry, there's always the possibility I could come back." And I like that. I don't know why that wasn't the plot of the movie.
Anyway.
Then we'll get Yu-Gi-Oh! 8s. It's a sequel to 7s, but now everyone who ever died is back.
Okay, so, is that the end of the season?
Yes, that's the end of the season. That's the end of all this shit.
My head hurts so much. And it's not even because of the show. It's just because of my dumbass pharmacy.
Oh my god!
I meant
to because of the show for me.
I meant to ask the pharmacy worker, "Hey, could you make sure they never call if I have a prescription to pick up and it's gonna run out but on the weekend, call me the Friday before they run out so that I can take the goddamn bus." My head hurts so much. Oh god.
So anyway, this season, it's stupid and I love it.
It's stupid and I love it, and there's a reason why the Seal of Orichalcos is so iconic, even though it's not good.
Yeah.
Hey, the Seal of Orichalcos isn't bad in slower decks that can rely on the fact that it boosts all their attack by 500.
Yeah, but most meta decks play cards that are all either the same type or the same attributes. So, the field there's going to be a field spell in there that can make them all good. So it's not really relevant.
But what if you want to steal the soul of your opponent?
Well, see, I came up with this idea that what if they replicated the soul stealing effect by making it a match winner card, so that if you're playing 2 out of 3 and you have the Seal of Orichalcos, you win. It counts as 2 wins.
They would have to ban it then.
Yeah, people probably people expect broken ass anime cards to be banned in tournaments. Like we're going to see a canonically banned card in the next arc.
Yeah, boy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say one word. Well, 2. I'm gonna say 2 words. Disney princesses.
Oh yeah. And we'll see plenty of those next time when we watch the... Yeah, so next time we are going to be watching the first 14 episodes of Season 5, and also Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters, which was a series entirely commissioned by 4Kids Entertainment.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I haven't watched yet, because Okay, here's the thing. I forgot it was a thing, and I started watching Season 5, and I was like 5 episodes in when I realized, oh yeah, Capsule Monsters was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I booted it up, and God, the voice acting is fucking terrible. I absolutely could not handle the tonal whiplash between 4Kids Capsule Monsters and the sub of the fucking Millennium World.
If I remember correctly,
Capsule Monsters was never in Japanese. It's only got a 4Kids dub.
If I remember correctly, Capsule Monsters was commissioned after the core series had ended. I don't know why.
But it takes place during Season 5.
Okay, why, if they were going to commission an entire new series, did they do this instead of Yu-Gi-Oh! R? The manga...
It felt like it.
The actual manga that happened and they never adapted.
They wanted to sell more toys.
Yeah.
They could have sold toys of Fiendish Engine Omega.
They could have sold
Capsule
more
Monsters.
Intel processors.
Oh, fuck off.
So anyway, I
don't even think they made Capsule Monsters as a thing yet.
They did, but no one bought it. So I don't blame you for not knowing.
Their marketing department is only good at card games.
So anyway, yes, I'm very much looking forward to getting around to that next time.
I only remember two duels from Joe's apparently favorite arc. The one with the dragons at the beginning of the season, and the one with the Disney princesses at the end of the season.
Yes, it's epic.
Excellent.
It's epic. I love this story arc. It's great. It's 10
out
of 10.
I love dueling. The one.
They play card games. They just play card games. It's great.
I love the ones with the dragons.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I like the one with the Disney princesses. I just remember that there's one with Disney princesses.
Okie dokie, guys. We'll see you later.
Oh, and the Seal of Orichalcos cards aren't real, barely. Golden's Castle of Stromberg is real now.
Yep.
Okay.
It's OP, and it's OP as fuck. Do not steal.
In honor of the Disney princesses, let's end on a Disney song, everybody.
Yeah. Get ready to enter. Get ready. Next episode, we're gonna enter the Golden.
Oh my
Castle
God!
of
Just
Stromboli.
ended already.
The Golden Castle of Stromboli.